To run to states like New York and Illinois to protest redistricting is kind of like running to Wisconsin to protest cheese.
You know, not calling it the Texodus, I think, is one of mainstream media's greatest failures. Remember when this used to be a miniature painting channel? I was just saying on stream like 2 hours ago how tired I was of dealing with politics. Sorry guys, it's not me this time. My governor is an idiot. To give the short version, Governor of Texas Greg Abbott called a special session of the state's Congress to deal with... He and the Republicans claim that it was a vote over getting emergency funding to the victims of the recent flooding. Texas Democrats claim it was a vote to help further gerrymander the state in Republicans' favor. I'm not going to claim to know enough about Texas politics to give you a definitive one way or the other on that, but in the following days, those same Texas Democrats then decided to flee to New York and Illinois, mostly to Chicago. And this has resulted in the Texas governor issuing an arrest warrant through the Texas Department of Safety, who are now compelled to bring these Democrats back for the vote in the special session, as well as sicking the actual Texas Rangers on them to investigate corruption and possible bribery. The claims over that second part being that the billionaire governor of Illinois, who was wealthy enough to fund his own campaign, used several special interest groups to funnel lots and lots of money into the pockets of these Democrats through our nation's extremely lax campaign finance laws, which Republicans have also taken advantage of during their own times. The whole thing is just turning into an absolute cluster, and to be honest, I think that this is what's interesting about U.S. politics right now, actually. There's actually less and less to say on the federal level, as on the federal level, things seem to be sort of homogenizing. But at the state and municipal level is where a lot of the really interesting stuff is happening. And now we're openly seeing state-on-state violence, or at least governor-on-governor violence now. My perspective is someone who's living in a blatantly gerrymandered district put in favor of the Democrats. Now having Democrats from other states hiding here to allegedly fight gerrymandering, it's a mess. It's a mess. Because despite what Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker would like to have many people believe, the state is not unified on this, and a lot of people in the state and city governments were actually taken quite off guard. Notably, for as much as I have criticized him on this channel, even Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, staunch Democrat, was not happy about this.
This is a righteous act of courage, and we can all take a page from these leaders' playbook.
Fleeing the state is an act of courage.
As much as I appreciate Illinois helping out people from Texas, the South Side and the West Side could use that same level of energy.
Come on, right. Someone mark it. Wait, where's my watch? Someone, what is it? It is currently, it's already on my computer. August 4th, 11:41 p.m. I agreed with Brandon Johnson on something. Look, if we really want to be honest here about why J.B. Pritsker is doing this, we got to talk about his presidential campaign, which he claims to not be planning in the background. All the way back in September of 2024, I made a video called Kamala Can't Win, which was basically just me reading a singular New York Times article that listed off several possible Democratic candidates. An article written by Democrats, by the way. Man, my lighting was bad. An article written by Democrats that went through all the different possible candidates and why none of them were really a good option. J.B. Pritzker was actually among them, and I think it might be worth returning to that article now. An impressive number of liberal policy wins in Illinois, but he's untested beyond his home state. Sorry, I've been eating ice. My mouth is now like frozen. Untested beyond his home state and largely unknown to voters beyond the Midwest. Pritzker has lots of money, but I don't really understand the enthusiasm around him otherwise. The rich governor of a famously corrupt blue state. What could go wrong? Even more famously corrupt now, we're getting other states' congresspeople sent to prison. Pritsker is up for re-election in 2026 for governor of Illinois, and he has been asked on multiple occasions whether or not he's just planning on using this next election as a springboard to get himself into the White House.
Governor Pritzker ratcheting up his visibility and his volume in recent days. He has spent years railing against the Trump White House. Now he's taking on what he calls timid Democrats in an effort, some say, to distance himself from would-be rivals in 2028.
So I have one question for all of you, Granite Staters. Are you ready for the fight?
Sounding more like a presidential contender than ever before, Governor Pritzker this weekend talking to Democrats in critically important New Hampshire, home of the first in the nation presidential primary.
These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. They have to understand that we will fight their cruelty with every megaphone and microphone that we have. We must castigate them on the soapbox and then punish them at the ballot box.
Republicans, though, they're critical of Pritzker's language.
He encourages other people's senators to come and flee here. He plans to be the governor until he finds, unless the presidential run takes off, and then he'll find something better. You know, I planned on probably having some kind of a fact-based thing here, but I gotta say, just as, like, a resident of Illinois, what are you doing, man? I can't believe, again, I agree with Brandon Johnson. 8-4, 11:51 p.m. I firmly agree. Where is this tenacity for the people of Illinois? I'm a Republican sitting here in a city. I have had my own vote nullified by this man as he fights for Texas Democrats. Like, what am I supposed to clap my hands and be proud of him? Like, my voice is silenced by this man while he fights for other people, while he gives speeches in New Hampshire, while he gets ready for his own presidential run. After he dismantles every other political opposition, every political party. There's no other political process other than the billionaire who bought his way in, and there's nobody else now. There's nothing. Illinois is toast. It's fucked. It was already on its last legs, you know, the deep-seated corruption that nobody wants to fix. But this is just, like, I'm genuinely angry. Like, I wanted to stop covering politics, but I am genuinely angry, genuinely, that this is where we are. That he's fighting so hard, tooth and nail, for other people. Like, this is the problem with the fucking Democrats in Illinois. It's all about whatever gets them forward, whatever's their career, whatever is gonna get them moved forward. Just deeply selfish people. Awful, fake, fucking selfish people. Terrible, terrible, terrible human beings. Greg Abbott sucks. Like, I got my issues with Texas Governor Greg Abbott, but this stunt on the part of the governor of Illinois does not represent the people of Illinois. Like, he and Brandon Johnson both are only getting reelected consistently due to record low turnouts in the elections, thanks to Illinois' again, political structure being systemically dismantled. And then he's acting like he's some herald of democracy. Billionaire. I'm done. That's it. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. You're great. I hate my state. I hate it.